feeling nauseous, my blisters, not being able to eat, those are my souvenirs.
You're not going to live a boring life just because you might die from something that you do.
I am addicted to chalk. This is the perfect piece of chalk.
I do have this unyielding desire to shop.
Hooked, addiction, obsessive.
So you've been eating chalk all this time. That's nuts.
Melanoma is the big, scary skin cancer.
If the one unhealthy thing that I do is going to kill me, then, oh, wow.
How much debt do you have?
Oh my God, do you want me to write it down?
People are dropping dead from marathons. I don't want to have my son be the one that does.
I'm Kristen. I'm 22. I live in West Hollywood. I love reading, I love writing, I love watching movies. I am an aspiring filmmaker, and I am addicted to chalk. I've been eating chalk every day for the last 10 years. I ate many weird things as a child. My sisters say I used to eat grasshoppers, which is really disgusting. But then I graduated from eating grasshoppers to eating dirt. This was basically the prime dirt. It was rich in taste and texture. I graduated from dirt into eating chalk, and I haven't stopped. On average, probably every day I have at least 3 pieces of chalk.
One may look at Kristen and say, why chalk? What is that sensation that she finds pleasurable? People often do it because they find it causes such gratification for them. And then the brain gets hardwired with that reward system. It tastes good, it feels good.
Sometimes I just like to bite it and just have the, the grittiness like in my mouth. White chalk is the chalk of choice just because it has no aftertaste. Now, if I were desperate, I'd eat a colored one.
There are some cases of pica that are obviously quite dangerous and potentially life-threatening. For example, they will pull their hair and chew their hair and swallow it and will develop basically hairballs or what are called bezoars. And those can be life-threatening.
I've been eating chalk longer than I haven't been. And that's kind of scary when I put it in those words.
Right now, I'm running 10 miles in the morning, 10 in the evening, and so 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, 20 hours a week spent running minimum. My name's Troy, I'm 44, and I can't stop running. I've heard that 2% of America runs a marathon in their lifetime, but I'm running nearly 4 marathons a week.
Growing up, the only thing he ever ran was maybe to school because he was late, or he ran to the neighbors because he wanted to play.
I was never a runner. I hated it.
Troy started running after his marriage failed. I could definitely say that he's literally running away from his problems.
Going through the divorce certainly helped my running because it gave me a lot of time to think. It gave me time to grow as an individual. Running makes me feel energized. It gives me a purpose. I can't control how many people come into my business and whether I'm going to have a successful day that way, but I can control whether I run my 20 miles or not.
So when's your next race? When are you going to be gone again?
The end of the month, about in 2 weeks, and I'm going to be gone Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
You know as well as I do, when the people come in on the weekends, they're here to buy. And if the person here can't close the sale or can't sell them the merchandise, we might as well close the gate.
People often start running thinking, I'm going to be healthier. But when it gets to the point, such as in Troy's case, where it's now become pathological, he is putting himself in danger physically.
I read how 3 people, I believe it was, in the Detroit Marathon dropped dead, and it was chilling to me to read it, to think that, people are dropping dead from marathons. And yes, there's thousands of people in these marathons that don't drop dead, but still I don't want to have my son be the one that does.
I'm living the life I can't afford anymore. Working and searching as my life slipped through the cracks. $1 earned feels like another step back. I am going nowhere fast. My name is Universe. I'm 32. I am a professional life coach. I'm also a spoken word artist, so I do slam performance poetry. And I cannot stop shopping. It's not that I have too much stuff. I just have too little space. That's it. You know, you can never have too much stuff.
There are people who just feel good in what they're wearing. They don't take it to an extreme. That's not Universe. Universe is obsessed with the shopping, and it's serving some purpose for her.
The railing in my closet fell because I had way too many clothes on it. So it was metal and it actually bent. A lot of people tell me that I am definitely addicted to shopping, especially my sister.
It still has the tag on it. You've never worn this.
She has this attitude, if she wants it, she's going to get it.
These are all basically the same purse. Over and over and over again. And then if you're really feeling creative, then you can go in a smaller, shrunk version of the same purse.
I'm in the mall at least 4 times a week. I have to be honest. I can spend anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 a week.
I do think that it is a problem. I really do. My concern is that sooner or later she's going to run out of resources. I don't know anyone that spends money the way she does, and it just really, really worries me.
Basically, people who have an issue with me shopping a lot, it's really their issue. It's not my issue.
Oh, that's so cute.
Good. You want to do number 6 again?
Yes, please. The whole time. My name is Trisha, and I can't stop tanning. I mean, I could stop tanning, I just don't want to stop. Every day I tan, and I go because it makes me feel good. I have all my energy from tanning. I'm a happy person.
Just looking at Trisha, we see someone who has not only a problem with tanning, but a self-esteem issue.
She wanted to look better, feel better. I didn't know it would become excessive.
At the time that I started tanning, I felt awful about myself. Like, people would make fun of me and tease me, and I would cry. I would break down. Like, I wanted to quit school so bad. Looking at these pictures, really kind of disappoints me, depresses me. I'm very pale. I mean, I'm young, but clearly it's never outside, and I look like diseased. I would make fun of this kid. Like, I totally would. Even now, I'd make fun of her. I'd be like, yo.
There is a disorder called body dysmorphic disorder, where an individual could become so obsessed and actually act on changing what they see as a defect. And I could see some of that with Trisha.
I don't always know where Trisha gets the money from because I know she has a hard time paying her rent every month.
I basically scrounge for money, beg for money. Some days I can't eat, and some days I can't put gas in my car, but like this semester I had to cut a class. My mom and other people always tell me that I'm you could die from this and you could get skin cancer, but everyone is gonna die. I'm just gonna die extremely hot.
Just want to ask, to be in a store with the universe, hi, how much is this bag? It is torture.
If the one unhealthy thing that I do is gonna kill me, then oh well.
I'm your mom and I don't want you to die.
Doesn't matter to me.
My family found out about my chalk eating when we were on vacation about 5 months ago. And so it was actually really embarrassing. And ever since then, it's been a thing with all of them. I hope you don't do that anymore. I'm sorry, I can't help.
I can hear the
I'm
scream.
sorry, I can't help it. That would kill my teeth.
I can hear the scream.
It's creepy.
I can hear the scream. You guys do
And then
not
you have chalk residue all over your mouth.
I don't care. I just think it's weird. Yes, I think she should stop. I think she should stop.
In Kristen's case, it may be a soothing mechanism. The problem can be, when does it get to the point where that soothing isn't enough and they have to eat more of it?
Aside from chalk, there are other things that I crave.
There's something about the texture of the side of the pool that I dearly love. If they sold this in stores, I would buy it and eat it.
I mean, you guys caught me in the act, so I had to come clean about the chalk. But there are other things that I've been tasting, trying, dabbling in. It started with washing detergent, and the first time I just took a big gulp, and it numbed my mouth.
Liquid?
Yeah.
It numbed my whole mouth for 7 hours.
And did you throw up? Or?
No.
That's so gross.
Yeah, it stayed with me for a while.
Have you done it again?
I do it every time I do laundry.
I mean, that's way beyond chalk. That's way worse than chalk.
I've never looked at the back. I should have. It has a caution. It says, if swallowed, drink a glass of water. In either case, call a physician. Yeah, I never read this until now. I feel like a fool.
It's worrisome in that, yes, if something smells good to her, she will try it. Or if it looks good, she'll try it without any regard for her health.
She definitely needs to see a doctor.
When I'm shopping, I just get this rush, almost, I don't know, somebody's getting ready to skydive or something. I just get this rush, this adrenaline flowing. Seriously, these boots right here are so hot. No. Stop it.
No. We are trying to pull her away from items. We're trying to talk her out of getting things.
I just want to ask.
No, you just grab.
Just want to ask. 1 second. Hi, how much is this bag?
The idea of not needing does not register. Who does that?
No, I had to get this because the shirt I had on at first wasn't.
We had discussed the shirt, so that's okay.
Yeah, the shirt. And it was only $20.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay. And these hot.
What is that?
Don't even try it. I just love to shop in general. Now, I do love shoes. I will say that. Now, I can spend $1,000 in a day on some shoes. These are so hot.
It just kind of looks like something I've seen before.
Okay, maybe I do have this shoe. May I please see all of these in a size 9?
To be in a store with the universe is torture. It is torture.
So it'll be 170.
170. Thank you. You have a good day. Thank you. You too. What's your name again?
Raymond.
Raymond. I'm Universe. Nice to meet you, Raymond. I will be back. Nzinga and Alicia were definitely roadblocks for me today. Definitely. Because I know I would have bought so much more if my sister wasn't with me.
It has been quite the torturous day, as it always is. We can't just get what we came for and go, so my feet hurt. I'm ready to go home.
Hey Mom, I'm outside. Yeah, you should come out and get exercise in the pool. My mom and my sister are not as into tanning as me, which I think they should be, so I try and get them down here like secretively, so because they won't go to the tanning salon, so I get them down here so they get a little color.
Actually, I'll take that for my face.
No, it's gonna block the sun.
I've got more sunblock in it.
I know, but you don't want that.
Well, I just use my hat though.
No, fine. Don't put too much on though, because your face won't get dark. They should be tan because we do a lot of stuff together and we're always in pictures together and they just look bad.
Did you put stuff on your face?
No.
Shame.
But it's tan, and when I take my makeup off, it will look stupid if I have a white face. Like when my mom tells me stuff about my face and like aging and wrinkles, I'm not concerned about it. Why worry about something now that's not going to happen for a long, long time?
I know, but when you have bronzer, that takes the place of the sun, and then people don't know.
I don't do anything that's harmful to my body. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. But I think everyone kind of has those little indulgences that they, have. And I think tanning is just mine. So if the one unhealthy thing that I do is going to kill me, then, oh, well.
It's because you guys don't have to think about your skin at a young age.
What if I die tomorrow? It won't matter then, will it?
I know, you said you'll be happy because you're tan.
Right. I would be. It don't matter.
But I'm your mom and I don't want you to die, so.
Well, I'm sure I won't die from cancer.
People die every day from cancer, and people die from skin cancer.
I'm not much of a boyfriend.
I just feel like sometimes I'm just your marathon supporter. I can't do this anymore.
So you've been eating chalk all this time?
Yes.
That's nuts.
It takes everything out of me to run 20 miles a day. I'm not much of a boyfriend afterwards. We'll eat dinner, and if the TV's on, I'll fall asleep on the couch. If we go to a movie, I'll fall asleep in the movie.
Many people begin running thinking this is something healthy, but that can turn the other way very quickly when people are overdoing it and it begins to consume their life. So there are both the health concerns and also how it can rob them of other opportunities because the running has basically consumed their time.
I just feel like sometimes I'm just your marathon supporter, and that's all you're ever gonna need me for.
Well, I can see how you feel like that, yes, but I think of you a lot more than that, obviously. I need to show it more, I know.
No, it's not even that. It's like you don't work on anything else except for your running. You work on nothing else, not our relationship, not our future, if you even want a future.
Jennifer feels that running's more important to me, than our relationship. And I suppose at times I do treat her that way.
I feel like I'm dedicating my life to you and your running, and I don't know if you're going to be able to commit to the things that I want in life. Like, you know, marriage and a kid.
Well, I do want a future for sure with you. I
put out my fire by saying, oh yeah, I would like to do that, but I don't know if you actually believe it. I think you just say it to keep me around.
No, I think about it a lot, Jen. I really do.
But you think about it and cringe. That's why I would have to leave, and it hurts me. So I've definitely had to, I hate to say, threaten that I can't do this anymore for the rest of my life. Just be your running support girl.
Did you tan today?
Of course.
How long did you lay out for?
Not very long because it was too hot.
How long is not very long?
I don't know, a couple hours.
A couple hours?
Oh, but I'll leave some tan. The first thing you notice with anyone is the color of their skin. If they're pasty, if, you know, they take care of their skin. And to me, it's almost disgusting if someone doesn't have a little color. You would not be hot without me.
I am hot, thank you. I don't need to be all
You're like a
orange.
9, but if you had orange, you'd be a 10.
I think Trisha wants me to be her mini-me. You want me to be orange? Better than being white. And wants me to be tan just like her. And she just thinks tan people are beautiful. What am I now? Just an ugly duckling?
I just told you you're not ugly, but you could be prettier. Just a little bit.
She hates being pale. She hated it ever since she was little.
You've looked tanner. You've been tanner. Oh, I'm be honest.
Fine, I'm be honest. I think you're too tan.
That's so mean. She didn't really take it too well. She got like all defensive. And she gets too tan, but that's just her comeback for everything. She's like, well, you're too tan. I'm like, psh, no such thing.
She will tan literally twice a day. She will go from one salon to the next. I'm so worried about her health and skin cancer. I've seen malignant melanoma, and that's an awful way to go.
It'll be a little note or like a long. Jared is one of my closest friends, and he's my producing partner. He knows most everything about me. Do you know what you're getting?
Yeah, just a large black coffee, please. Large black coffee?
Jared just recently found out about the chalk, and he's almost kind of confused by it.
I've heard of people doing every conceivable thing in every conceivable way, and I've never heard of chalk eating. Kristen first told me about the chalk eating just a little bit 2 days ago. I didn't really know to believe it. I thought she might have been messing with me. Now, do you break off a little piece, or is it like a whole thing of chalk, or what do you, like, how do you eat it?
See,
like
you've never even noticed it. That's how how scandalous.
So what, do you hide like little slices when we're going out?
Yeah, just break off a little piece, and nobody ever suspects it could be like an antacid.
I've heard that sound before, and I always just figured it's you going into your purse or something like that.
Yeah, why do you think I'm going into my purse?
That's nuts. So you've been eating chalk all this time?
Yes. It felt really good to tell him everything. It felt like a weight had been lifted, but at the same time, there was a part of me that was like, I hope he doesn't tell people. I hope this stays in the coffee shop.
Are you sure it's not bad for you?
I don't know. My whole thing is, if it's not gonna, like, if I eat it and I don't throw up, or if I don't feel sick, it's fine.
I mean, who knows what that's doing to if you're packing away 4 of those a day.
I know. So I am going to
See a doctor.
All right, that's really good. Yeah, you got too much to live for to die by eating chalk, you know.
How much credit card debt do you have?
Oh my God, do you want me to write it down?
In 100 miles, you never know what's going to happen.
It can absolutely be a fatal sport.
We need to talk about the stuff that's in here. Yeah.
Talk about what?
Yeah. All of this. Okay, you organized as someone, you hid some things. But let's talk about all of the...
Why do you have to try to put me on blast?
All right. But what about this?
What about it? Two things.
No. No. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5, 6 boxes of highlighters.
What I was going to do was make some backpacks for kids to go back to school. I'm serious.
No, you are not.
I'm serious. Real talk.
This is what I'm saying. You just buy. You're wasting money.
People who compulsively shop are trying to fill some unmet need.
Do you ever think that you have a tendency to go a little overboard?
Mm-mm.
Like never.
Mm-mm.
Looking at all of this stuff.
Mm-mm.
You were in denial.
No, not. It's buying what I want to buy when I want to buy it. If I want to spend money frivolously, so what? My desire to shop a lot has really put a strain on my relationship with my sister in regards to my niece.
It does become a concern when you overspend and my child is involved because I want her to know the value of hard work.
When Sega came with me for the summer and I took her shopping, okay, yeah, I bought her a $300 bag, okay. But I'm still saying, you saying, oh, she needs to know the value of hard work. But I'm like, Sega does things around the house and I reward her. What's wrong with that?
Okay, but why can't you give her a reasonable reward like $20?
Well, because to me, I don't know. That's not reasonable to me.
Well, it's reasonable to me and I'm her mother.
We wouldn't be doing you any justice if we just sat back and watched you do something that we know may inevitably be to the detriment of you.
I'm just curious, exactly how much credit card debt do you have?
Credit card, maybe like 10,000.
You don't know?
I said probably about 10,000.
More or less?
Oh my God, do you want me to write it down? I know student loans are supposed to be used for, school and related expenses. Although I kind of feel like they were related expenses. I mean, I do need clothes for school.
You know what's real and you know what all of this is doing to you.
I'm done.
Okay, well, why are we still having a conversation?
For the sake of the relationship, I refuse to say anything else. What she does from this point on out is her business, and I am out of it completely.
Today I'm at the dermatologist. I am going with my mom just to kind of do a checkup, just to see if it really is awful for my skin. Everyone's like, you're gonna die, that's all I hear, so we'll see how it goes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, I'm Dr. Fitzgerald.
Hi, Trisha.
Hi, I'm fine, thanks. How are you? Trisha came into my office today, and it's very concerning. You can see that this woman has gotten plenty of sun. How's it make you feel when you miss a day?
I don't know. I just don't feel as tan. I feel like I'm, and I don't feel like pretty, I don't feel good about myself. When I feel bad, I get into severe depression, so I just try not to miss days.
There is some concern with tanning that you're doing something that makes you feel better in the short term that could cause you harm in the long term. And that seems to go with a pattern of addiction. It's even got a street name, tanorexia. I'm sure you've heard it.
There are behaviors like tanning that can really boost the body's endorphins and make someone happy. But she believes that that is now the sole thing that makes her happy.
I know you know this, and I know people are always going, that's not safe, young lady, quit that stuff. But I do feel like I need to go through some of that with you just so that you've heard, you know, some of those facts. So melanoma is the big, scary skin cancer. There's an overwhelming amount of evidence now that links indoor tanning to skin cancer, in particular melanoma. And even though melanoma accounts for only about 3% of the total number of skin cancers diagnosed a year, it accounts for 75% of the skin cancer deaths.
I really have concerns because I want to keep her around. And
so is that kind of the root of your concern? You're worried that it's unhealthy for her and that, you know, something bad might happen?
Right, yeah, because she does it so much. I mean, it just seems like it's going to happen.
Nobody wants to think about the possibility that you could lose anybody that you love.
I just treat her like, just don't worry. She worries about everything I do, so I tell her, don't do that. Just don't worry, you know?
Trish seems unaware of the dangers of what she's doing, or maybe even sort of denying the dangers of what she's doing in the face of overwhelming evidence.
It's 5:45 in the morning. We've got about 15 minutes to go. Even though I feel well prepared, got a lot of doubts coming to you. My hands are cold and numb. It's hard to find anything. I'll be running on the trails, start off in the dark, and it'll get light fairly quick within an hour. Hopefully I'll be finishing in the dark. That's my goal.
He's gonna finish tomorrow morning. It's a journey for him. He's gonna go through highs and lows.
That's good. It's time. We're out of here.
Usually it's just about half the people that start actually finish, which is a lot of disappointment. So hopefully that won't happen. But in 100 miles, you never know what's going to happen.
This race is very serious. They're pushing the human body to very extreme limits. If they don't stay within their nutrition plans, if they don't watch their body and hydrate when they need to, it can absolutely be a fatal sport.
Not only do I crave and I love the texture and the taste, but I don't feel guilty after I do it.
Chalk is not a food. We don't know exactly what gets incorporated from there.
He said he felt sick. He wanted to throw up. I don't know why he does it. I'll never get it.
I can't quit. I can't stop.
I am at UCLA, the Nutrition Center, to see a doctor regarding my chalk eating habit, mainly for my friends and family's sake, but at the end of the day, it's my body. So I'm here to see what's wrong with me.
You've had a history of eating chalk, is that right? How long has that been going on?
In preschool?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not only do I crave and I love the texture and the taste, but I don't feel guilty after I do it.
Pica originally was thought to be due to some kind of nutrient deficiency, like they were missing some mineral or other, but now we understand that this is just another form of obsessive compulsive behavior related to mild depression, just as some people bite their nails or people overeat snack foods. Do you feel down at all, or do you feel normal? Is just what is the driving the craving is what I'm trying to get at.
That's when I do it the most, is when I'm nervous. It's almost like I need something to I crave it more.
Right. So I think what you've developed here is a chalk habit that reduces stress.
Yeah.
And I think what you need to do is to find some healthy alternatives, these calcium supplement types of things that are just basically a chewable tablet.
Yeah. But
not all the time.
If I know it's not going to cause any kind of buildup in the body or any kind of illness, I'm just going to continue with the chalk. I'm going to be honest.
What I was trying to get across to her was this is all about you as a whole person. It's not just about is the chalk safe. This is about making you a better person so that you can face your other stresses in life in a better way, because we don't know what's the next addiction that might be coming down the line. So I haven't scared you enough, is bottom line. Eating the chalk probably hasn't done much harm to you right now. However, two things. First of all, chalk is not a food. Therefore, it's not produced under sterile conditions. We don't know exactly what gets incorporated in there. Maybe some filings from the machine or some rat droppings in the chalk factory. These things could happen because it's not a food. So the whole idea of having this addictive personality is really about getting control of yourself and not being controlled by the chalk.
When he kind of pegged me as an addict, or that I may have some sort of compulsive behavior, it's stuff that I've heard from my family before, but hearing it from a doctor is kind of like, oh, really? I'm really like that?
This is a behavioral problem. So solving that problem, getting your stress levels down, and just making you a healthier whole person is kind of my goal here, not just reducing eating the chalk.
Okay, that's understandable.
I think for Kristen, the pica is just the tip of the iceberg. What we see in her is a connection between her reward center in her brain and this behavior, so that when she eats this stuff, it changes her brain chemistry. That tends to lead to addictive behaviors, and it may be chalk now or detergent, which is also concerning, but who knows what it will be next.
He did say that, I should quit, but it won't kill me. So I think I'll stick to eating chalk, sadly.
Good job, my man. Keep drinking, eating, salt.
I feel like I'm the only one that's exhausted out there. Everybody passing me, it's like, wow, you guys look good. I hope the people behind me think I look good.
It's so hard to imagine him going out there and running each time he leaves the aid station looking beat. He left pretty much like a sad puppy. He did not want to go back out there.
You want to run, a little harder. You feel like you should because you train so hard for it. And you can.
How are you doing? You want to sit down? He was in a lot of pain. He was getting cold. He said he felt sick. He wanted to throw up. He wanted to lay down.
The bottom of my feet really hurt. And my legs were so tired, I was just having a really hard time moving them.
The cardiovascular effects, trying to keep your heart rate at a place, and in the case of Troy, obviously he is trained, but he keeps raising the ante higher and higher. And at some point, the body starts to give out. And that, as a physician, worries me about Troy.
I don't see it being empowering or anything like that. I just see it as just a little stupidity and extreme stubbornness. I mean, I can't quit. I mean, I can't stop.
This is it. This is it.
Have fun.
Thank you.
I think Troy's running has become a little bit on the borderline of self-destructive. I don't know why he does it. I'm thinking that the whole time. Why are we doing this? We're suffering out here, and everyone else out here is suffering. I'll never get it.
Good job.
Well, a little disappointed in my time. I was. That's not why emotional. It's not because of the time. You got to dig deep all the time. So, I'm happy with the time. I am. I would have been a little happier with a little better time, but, next time. There's going to be I'll do more of these. So.
Stop it.
It can be a potentially life-threatening cancer.
I'm sorry. Please. Just let go.
I don't have problem therapists for people with problems. If what you need is love and affection, 65 pairs of black boots aren't going to do it.
Hi, I'm Dr. Fitzgerald.
Hi, Tricia.
Hi. In talking to Tricia and her mom today, I wanted for Tricia to be able to see and share someone's personal experience with the downside of tanning. I thought that might really help turn on a light bulb for Tricia. So Jennifer, Tricia, and I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. You can have a seat right there. So I think I just wanted you to tell her a little bit about your story.
Okay.
She hears a lot of, you shouldn't do this, don't do that, this is what'll happen. But that's a very different thing than meeting somebody it happened to.
I used to go tanning in high school and then all through college because, it's the cool thing to do to tan and feel good. Dr. Fitzgerald, call me, please come to my office. It's melanoma. I had this much skin taken out all the way down to the muscle, the fascia, and they clamped it, so now I have a huge scar. They removed 4 lymph nodes because it was so deep where it was at the level that it possibly could penetrate into my blood, and then if I had it in my lymph nodes, I would have lymphoma. It was the worst experience ever.
It can be a potentially life-threatening cancer.
I've done tanning moves myself, and I notice some of mine are bigger, they're not raised, and I think, oh, well, it's not raised, it's okay, but how do you know? How do you know?
Maybe we'll check both of you today. The cameras stopped rolling, and we were going to go in the other room and take some pictures, and Tricia just broke down.
No, it's not you. It's not anyone. It's just, I'm just saying, this is like...
It's overwhelming. It's scary.
Everyone's just been probing me about this.
I think she just freaked out and the reality just really hit her, maybe for the first time today.
Can we just leave? Please. Just want to go. Can we get all our stuff in there? Yes.
It was not at all my intention to upset her, but it does make me wonder if it hit a nerve with her and made her think about it in a way that maybe she hadn't thought about it before.
I'm in New York City and I'm going to meet with a psychologist today. And I'm not feeling good about it. Don't really want to go, but whatever. I'll humor my sister, cousin, I guess.
I understand that you're here because at least somebody's concerned about your shopping.
Yes, that's correct.
Can you tell me a little about that?
Well, when I first sat down and started talking to Dr. Benson, it just felt really weird for me. Like, I don't have a problem. Therapists for people with problems.
How much time do you think you spend shopping? How many hours would you say you're in the store?
Probably from about 10 in the morning until, I don't know, maybe 10 at night.
So it's really like your full-time job.
I never realized how much time I spent shopping. Never really paid attention to it until she asked me that question. And I'm like, wow, I spend a lot of time in the stores.
Usually, people overshop, to meet authentic underlying needs. Either the need for belonging, the need for love and affection,
It's kind of like, just always, felt like I was kind of controlled. And whether it was like, older siblings or, my dad. I discovered that, growing up, I really felt like someone else was always in control of my life and controlling me. And I just felt like going shopping, I was in control of myself.
The bottom line is, you can never get enough of what you don't really need. If what you need, is love and affection, 65 pairs of black boots aren't going to do it. So this is what I want to recommend. When you go into a store, you take this card out of your wallet and you ask yourself the questions, why am I here? How do I feel? Do I need this? And I would be very interested in hearing what you think and how it's going.
For the 4 individuals that we've seen, it's like they're searching for something to soothe them. And they got fixated in whether it's running or eating the non-nutritional substances. That is soothing to them. And they got stuck in that place. And that can be a very difficult situation to get someone out of.
I haven't gone a day without eating chalk since 4th grade. I've never tried to stop because I never thought twice about it. It was just the norm. After so many years, it's not something you even think about.
I guess it's some type of addiction, but I don't look at it really as an addiction. I mean, it's very healthy, I feel. It's important to keep setting goals for yourself. I mean, if I just did this and that was it, I mean, what would I do tomorrow?
Everyone's just been probing me about this. Please. I definitely see it as a problem. I do. And I see it as something psychological. And I plan on seeing Dr. Benson, continuing to see her. But I do, and it is definitely a new journey for me. It really is. Peace, Sissy, it's me. I just wanted to call you and let you know you will be so absolutely proud of me. The session with the psychologist was just amazing, so amazing, and I want to tell you all about it. Just really quickly, I just had this, wonderful breakthrough, and I just have to tell you, oh God, you were right. Oh, so hard. But you were right, absolutely. I just wanted to say thank you, and I love you, and we'll talk. Peace.